Welcome back to another edition of Sports Club. We had a terrific slate of games this week that didn't disappoint. Let's hop into the Monday night game that pretty much wasn't. Tennessee and New York playing each other.
Jets.
Yeah, the Jets. Tennessee come out with a 14-10 win. The real story in this is Mark Sanchez.
No mas.
Yeah, still turning the ball over game after game, and they've already announced McElroy will start. What do you see?
Tebow?
Oh, yeah, really. They just skip right over Tebow. What do you see Sanchez's future with the Jets being? Do you see there to be any future whatsoever?
He's gone. Him and Tebow
Him and Tebow are both gone?
Yes.
I'll find a new backup. Like I said, Titans win this one. Next game we got is the Sunday night game, a terrific game involving your 49ers.
Yes.
They were the 49ers.
It got scary.
It did. They went out to a 31-3 lead. Patriots ended up tying it, and I heard someone on the radio say, why did all the Patriots fans leave? Why did all the Patriots fans
leave? Losing 31-3.
They still have Tom Brady.
I don't care.
I would never count Tom Brady out of a game.
If I'm gonna pay that much for a ticket, I'm not leaving until it's over.
I agree. 49ers did come out on top though, and what some people called the greatest game played this year, which it was a very good one. Next game is a kind of a snooze fest. Oakland and Kansas City. Oakland pulls this one out.
Shutout.
Yeah, shutout.
One of multiple shutouts this week, right?
5 field goals kicked by Sebastian Janikowski.
That's the offense. Why not put? They've had Pryor come in for 4 plays.
Why not try him out?
I want to see him. He came in for 4 plays. I want to see him.
Why not try him out at all? Next game we got is really one with huge playoff implications, like a lot of the other games this week.
It was closer than I expected.
It was. I didn't even pick my team in this one. Dallas and Pittsburgh. Yeah, Dallas and Pittsburgh. What a terrific close game. I mean, a very good game with just ebb and flow. The ending ended up being Ben Roethlisberger throwing a pick on the first play of overtime. Dallas running it to the 1-yard line and then kicking a field goal in overtime to win.
He was not happy with the play calling. He did mention after the game that he was awfully upset with the play calling.
Mm-hmm. If you're an NFL quarterback, especially Ben Roethlisberger, he has 2 rings. You're the captain of that team. Take the play calling into your own hands. Call audibles. Call hot routes at the line. I mean, how many plays do you think Peyton Manning? From the coach to Manning to the snap? How much change do you think there is in Peyton Manning?
I don't even think the coach calls the plays. He just lets Manning do it.
I would agree, and I would argue the same thing. That's what Ben should have done. Ben should have just audibled at the line or changed some hot routes. But Cowboys did come out with a win. They're now in a tie for first place in the NFC East with 3 other teams.
Why is there so much junk talk about Romo? He wins.
I agree. Romo throws some. Romo is very much like Brett Favre. Romo can make one of the most amazing passes you ever see on the run and complete. And in the next series, he'll throw just a lackluster interception.
Okay. All right. What's next?
Our next game we got is Carolina and San Diego. Another game that's just kind of boring. Carolina comes out with a win.
San Diego scored 7 below 10 points.
Yeah, below 10 points. They're in the single digits.
Turner's gone.
I agree. North Turner usually turns it on in December, but not this year because he's not playing for anything. They still don't have a chance at making the playoffs. So
if the Panthers were to play like this at the beginning of the season,
Cam Newton, the past, I would say probably 5 games, has just looked terrific. If he could have played this way the start of the season, the end of the season would have actually mattered, possibly.
Yes.
They still would have been fighting for a playoff spot. Next game we got Detroit and Arizona. What?
Yeah.
What? Arizona pulling out a win at this game?
That just shows how bad Detroit is.
I agree. What are they? 4 and 10?
10, they're 4 and something.
11. I mean, that's ridiculous, awful. They have had a bunch of people on IR. They have had a bunch of injuries this year.
That don't matter, man.
But still to lose to the Arizona Cardinals, who I believe their quarterbacks haven't thrown a touchdown in 4 or 5 games.
5 games.
I mean, that's atrocious. That's horrible. That's embarrassing. Next game we got is just a complete beatdown. I would say Seattle and Buffalo.
Seattle's been beating down everybody.
Oh, Buffalo pretty much gets beat down by everybody.
Yeah. We're still trying to wonder why they got a team.
50-17, Seattle wins this one. 50-17, Seattle wins this one. Next we got a really good in-division rivalry, one of the ones that had another game that had a lot of playoff implications. Colts and Texans. I honestly thought the Colts were going to pull this one out with Andrew Luck, but the Texans just proved that they have more talent. They're a more experienced team. They're just flat out better.
Do the Colts still make the playoffs?
I would say yes.
Their last 2 games are against the Vikings, who are hot right now, and against the Texans,
who they just lost to. Yeah, I would say they win at least one of those, possibly 2. Because if you think about the Texans, they're probably going to be resting their players that last game, more than likely.
Well, it depends if they're still fighting for a bye. You still have Denver, you have New England.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think the Colts win at least 1, maybe 2 of those games.
I hope so. I like seeing the playoffs.
Next game we got is the Denver Broncos, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, beating down probably one of the coldest teams in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens. Yes. Broncos win 34-17.
I seen a quote by Flacco. He said, "We're a 10-4 team but we feel like a 0-14 team."
Yeah, I can agree because they've just been in such a cold streak. I mean, they fired the offensive coordinator. It doesn't help, obviously. They only score 17 points. But the Broncos are one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. Peyton Manning is on the same page with his wide receivers. That offensive line is giving them...
That's scary for AFC North playoffs.
The offensive line is giving them ample time to throw the ball. The Broncos could be going into the playoffs one of your Super Bowl favorites in the AFC. They're just so good, and they're extremely hot at the moment. Next game we got is just an atrocious showing by an offense. I mean, a complete smothering. The Saints versus the Buccaneers is a 41-0 ending. I mean,
did the Bucs show up?
Apparently not. I don't know how you're a professional team and don't score absolutely any points. I mean, not one single point.
Defense.
Yeah, against the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. I'm just not sure how a team can underachieve this bad. I believe the Bucs were maybe 5th or 6th in offense, total offense, 8th in total offense. They were in the top 10 in total offense, yet they couldn't score a single point. Not if you can't score a single point against the 32nd ranked team.
Yeah. I was trying to make him sound good.
I think it was an off day. Honestly, Josh Freeman is a very good quarterback. I think he has a bright future in the league. He's got a fairly talented team around him. As one of our co-hosts said, his offensive line is banged up quite bad, but he does have if he doesn't get discouraged. NFC South is a really hard division to play in, so I mean a down year is not bad. Every single team in the NFC South has had a down year. Next game we got Miami and Jacksonville, another kind of snooze fest. Yes, Dolphins did win that. And
they're ended up looking like
24-3. Yeah,
a good team. Next year that looks bright.
I agree. A few more wins earlier in the season, they might have been in the battling for the playoff spot. Ryan Tannehill has looked like he's improved over the season.
And this team has no wide receiver.
That's very true.
If you give him some weapons out there, they can end up being
That's
dangerous.
very true. And I believe their center has been out for the past 3 or 4 games and is out for the rest of the year. And I mean that's your center.
That's the guy who gives balls
yeah.
to you.
And I mean that's a big component. Yeah, like I said, Tannehill has progressed over the season. Next game we got Minnesota versus St. Louis. Minnesota, arguably one of the hottest teams in the NFL, behind the Broncos. Adrian Peterson, I believe, goes over the century mark again. I mean, just keep giving the ball to him. 153 yards, and
wow. And he's almost 300 yards away from.
He's 294 yards away from Eric Dickerson's single season record. Like we said in the podcast earlier, he has over 900 yards after contact. I mean, that is just disturbing. That is insane. But yeah, if Minnesota has any type of game plan, it's hand the ball to Adrian Peterson.
Another hot team, the Redskins.
But yeah, Redskins versus Cleveland, 2 hot teams.
Yes.
And
Cleveland's got a bright future next year.
Yes, absolutely. Washington starting a backup quarterback. I picked Cleveland in this because I just thought backup quarterback, you don't really know what you're going to get. Cleveland's one of the hot teams. Kirk Cousins came in and threw for over 300 yards and looked terrific. I mean, one of the best backup quarterback jobs I've seen done in the NFL in a long time. He played really well and led the team to another win.
His first start.
Yeah. Washington is 2-0 under Kirk Cousins, and I mean that's 2 terrific young quarterbacks they have. Next game we got is the battle for the NFC North, Green Bay and Chicago. Green Bay won this game, and I don't know if you listened to any of the stuff Chicago that's been coming out of Chicago, but a lot of the players are getting very aggravated at themselves. Pretty much, Brandon Marshall came out, and if you heard his interview, he was very passionate about what needs to improve, and it's the fact that offense needs to produce. And I agree. They've been on a terrible slide in Green Bay. Like I said a few weeks ago, I believe they were going to take the division, and they've shown it that Robo Rogers is back. And our next game is another shutout. The 34
third one this week.
Yeah, 34-0. The Falcons take the Giants, and this was a.
I want to admit, I said the Giants were going to get them. The Falcons looked real good in this game. It was crazy. The Giants looked real bad.
Well, I don't know if it was so much that the Giants looked bad, but the Falcons made the Giants look bad.
Yes, but the Giants. I'm making excuses for the Giants here. The Giants are a better team than that.
I agree. The Giants, I believe, in their history have only been shut out, I want to say 12 times total in their history.
It's the first time since '87, I think, wasn't it?
And they've been playing, the New York Football Giants have pretty much been playing ever since professional football was created. So they have played
since before Billy was born.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. The Falcons do get this one. They only need one more win to clinch home field advantage in the playoffs.
They've got it.
Yeah, I mean
they played the Bucks the last week.
Who?
Yeah.
They're almost with the Bills. Next game we got is the Thursday night game, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. We kind of got into it last week since we filmed on Thursday night. Yeah, filmed on Thursday night last week. Cincinnati had a lead. Cincinnati took the game.
They got
it. That was the Thursday night game. Stay tuned, guys. We have our preview coming up. We only got 2 weeks left in the NFL season, so the playoff picture is getting to show
for the next show.
For Daniel, I'm Bryce. Thanks for watching Sports Club, guys.